just to let you know, we've started a HC Pod Clips channel. Go and follow that now. HC Pod Clips. We're going to start putting content on there every day from when we get 1,000 subscribers. So listen, I know the majority of you that watch this, a lot of the time are not even subscribers. So subscribe here anyway, but go over to HC Pod Clips. We're there every day. Yeah?
What's happening?
Yeah, I show them.
Come to kick game.
Show them.
Come to kick
Are you going to
game.
show them the joints or not?
Come to, you see them in person.
You said you showing them the joints or not?
The joints in it?
Yeah.
It's a bit
Because
of a mad
it could be a segue still.
It's a
could
bit
be
of
a
a mad
segue.
thing still.
Right? Do you understand what I'm
Hey,
saying?
your things.
Come on, my brother.
That's why you're that guy, you know? The conversationalist himself.
Absolutely.
Hey, so this box, yeah, man.
It's gold.
It's gold. And inside, as you can see, these Air Forces, but they're not any Air Forces.
Absolutely not.
Oh, raw.
The Cristiano Ronaldo Air Forces.
Right
I think these came out 2017.
Mad thing.
These are like super exclusive. Yeah,
I'm looking at them as well. They look clean, man.
Yeah, they're clean still.
They're clean.
I didn't
still.
even know they existed.
You ain't seen these.
I didn't even know they existed.
You ain't seen these, but yeah, these are going to. They're going to someone.
They're going there, yeah.
Someone who really appreciates.
We say a video out on your channel.
Boy, look
gonna be
out
one
for
of
a
them?
special guest on Kick Game very soon. He really loves Cristiano Ronaldo. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
Yeah. We'll talk about that guest in a bit, yeah, but we might as well talk about Cristiano Ronaldo while we're here, innit? Yo, one of the most, what will we say, like one of the most anticipated interviews in however many years? Massive. Absolutely massive. Cristiano Ronaldo, free speaking.
Uncensored.
Yeah? Very appetizing fruit.
What? Very appetizing fruit. What? Hey, Chucks.
Hey, did you not see that bit?
What? Wait, what?
You didn't see that?
He said that in the interview.
He said that in the
I knew it
interview,
had to be a
bro.
reference. I knew it
Bro,
had to be.
Yeah, 'cause I was thinking,
what it was, yeah. Okay, yo, so you missed it. Basically, he was trying to describe how he is, and he didn't know the words.
Yeah.
So he just basically just said, yeah, like, he was trying to, like, make a reference to him and a fruit. Then he said, like, he just kept saying appetizing fruit. And
Why
then,
did I
like,
miss this?
Piers just said, yeah, so, and then he just carried on with the next question.
Sometimes you
I
gotta
must
do
have
that, man.
I must have looked down on my phone when he said that or something.
You
What?
missed that. You'll see it though. Yeah, but appetizing fruit.
That's hilarious.
Oh my! What was you lot's thoughts? Actually, when you knew he was gonna do this interview,
Go on.
what did you lot think about that?
Alright, for me, yeah, I saw it coming.
Yeah.
Maybe not uncensored like this with Piers Morgan, because we just saw Piers Morgan do the Kanye one, and that was kind of wild. By the way, Piers Morgan's on a little run right now. I don't know how he's brought it back like this. They kicked
Sorry
him.
to interrupt you, bro.
Go
But
on.
you know what? I think for him and his career, him leaving that show has probably been the best thing for him.
Bro. But that's what I'm saying. But why have these celebrities given him this?
Yeah.
They brought him back. This is why it's important to keep solid relationships, you know, with certain individuals. Because even when times get rough, them people, like Cristiano Ronaldo, he did that one with Ronaldo a few years ago, innit? Mm-hmm. And clearly they've got some sort of relationship.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw an interview coming. I didn't think it was going to be uncensored like this. But I just knew someone like Ronaldo, like when I saw, when Man United played Spurs, and he tried to bring him on for the last 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And then he didn't come on and he stormed down the tunnel before the game finished. Do you remember that?
Yeah, of course.
I just knew something was coming. I didn't know what shape or form, how it was coming. But then when I saw it was Piers Morgan, I was like, bro, this is not going to be good for Manchester United. I didn't think. People talking about him and how he's ruined his legacy. But people got to understand, yeah, they already had Jose Mourinho when he was there, who's an icon of the game, criticising the club and how it was run and saying how second was one of my greatest achievements. This is a man that's won Premier League, Champions League. People just thought he was trolling. And he's saying the club isn't run properly, the owners. When you get now Cristiano Ronaldo, arguably the greatest player of all time, I'm Team Messi, but I'm just saying arguably, saying that the club's not run properly, it's behind, the owners don't care about the club, the technology's behind, man's cussing the
chef.
The chef, the
chef's like, what did I do?
The jacuzzi's caught strays, like who even cares? Man's on the jacuzzis. All of these said it's behind, and I knew it was behind because when I go to Old Trafford, they don't even have a screen.
Yeah.
So you missed the goal. If you look down at your phone, there's no replay.
Yeah, it's done, yeah.
That's
I
it.
swear.
You ain't getting that moment back.
Yeah,
How you not got a screen in Big 22?
Yeah.
When I go to
Big
Spurs
Old
Stadium, we
Trafford,
got 4 of them.
Theatre of Dreams.
Swear.
Theatre of Dreams.
There's no screen.
That's why it's called the theatre, bro. It's in the past. We
Yeah,
don't go
literally.
theatres no more. Man. We go cinemas and.
Oh, wow.
Do you know what I'm saying, bro?
But you know what it is though? I swear it's down to like their big wage bill. Just like the stupid contracts
nah.
they've dished out.
Bro, do you know how much revenue they generate?
Nah.
No, I hear you, but at the same time, it's like they're spending a lot of dough and they ain't really won nothing. I swear there was a tweet the other day, the 2,000 days since they've last won a cup.
Yeah,
Something like that.
2017 with Jose, the Europa
But
League.
it's inexcusable though. If what Ronaldo is saying is true in regards to the facilities, the technology, and all of that, and like nothing has really changed since Alex Ferguson was there.
No, since he was there, bro. He left in like 09.
Yeah, that's 09.
That was like
Oh, yeah, he
13
was
years
there.
ago.
What do you mean? What do you mean it's inexcusable? I don't understand. What do you mean?
So things have to change, my brother. When you're running a business, you can't have
gotta be
the
up to
same.
scratch.
Say like a clothing brand or whatever. Yeah. You can't have it running exactly the same 15, 20 years
No,
ago.
I hear what you're saying, but if the people upstairs are just making dough, why should they care? That's basically what we're seeing.
But that's Ronaldo's point.
Yeah,
Ronaldo's point is
that's
we
the
want to
point.
win
That's what I'm
things.
saying.
No, I'm not disputing what Ronaldo's done. I rate
Yeah.
Ronaldo for doing what he's doing because you see with me, like everybody else, I guess in this room, I like to know what's going on.
100.
You see that FIFA Uncovered documentary? Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet. I really need to see that.
You called
I need
me to
see
say
that.
we were coming to
I
talk
know.
about that.
I was trying to watch it.
But yo, that documentary, like the reason why it's so sick here is
didn't
because
see it.
I'm going back to times where like I remember when this happened.
Yeah.
Now I'm seeing why it happened.
Right.
Yeah.
And then like, you see like Coca-Cola, yeah. Them man, they have tied themselves to associate themselves with a lot of monumental moments in history.
Yeah.
So it explains why Coca-Cola is so big right now. It's not just we sell Coca-Cola. It's some of the things that they've aligned themselves with. That's kind of got them to where they've gotten to. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So when you watch that back, and you're like, so yeah, I understand why the World Cup was in Brazil.
Yeah.
And because they won it, it led to South America having this. And now you're remembering why so many South American players have now come to the Prem or come to it. Like it's all there.
It's all linked. Yeah.
But it's sick. It's sick.
Yeah, I need to watch that. I'm
that
going
as
to
well.
lock into that from today actually. But bro, I'm the same as you. I live for insight. So when Ronaldo was doing this uncensored interview and that, I listen to TalkSport a lot as well. So like one of the things I like LBC and TalkSport are the two talk radios that I listen to. Yeah, and then I'll sometimes go on YouTube and if I miss shows, I'll just go and just like, watch the clips and whatever.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it's like a lot of times you hear pundits or a couple of pundits might talk about, you know, players not being robots and speaking up and saying things and saying how they feel and whatnot. And then the moment that a player goes and does it, then all of a sudden they're just saying too much and they get criticised for doing it. Another thing that I thought was interesting, because look, like there's certain things that I hear what Ronaldo's saying. I'm not a part of it, so I don't know. I mean, some of it is a bit self-indulgent, and I'll get to that in a bit. Yeah, but you know, like when he's talking about the youth, like people were really criticising the fact that he criticised the youth.
Yeah.
But I always hear pundits criticising the youth from the same aspect. I hear so many of them say, do you know what? To be honest with you, a lot of what Ronaldo said is not a revelation.
No.
Do you know how much people I've heard actually say exactly what he said?
It's only a revelation because he has the insight from
he's
being
there.
within the club.
So he's basically confirming a belief.
Yeah.
But Jose was there and he said a couple things. You get
But
what
you know
I'm
why
saying?
it's-
My man thought it was because he was washed,
I know,
so they
yeah,
didn't
I
want to
know.
listen.
And also,
But
we can see why it's a belief because United ain't exactly firing all cylinders right now, and they're finishing in positions that we're like, wait, hold on. So that's why it's validating it. It's like you can see, like you look at us
it
play.
does validate it,
What is
so.
their style of play?
and they're in the Europa League. This is Manchester United, like the most successful club in England, like top flight history. For them to not be in the Champions League minimum year in year out, and then you look across and your City rivals, no pun intended, are doing the mad thing. Their facilities. I just did a shoot with Man City a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, honourable
Like
shout out.
Haaland and that.
Yeah, honourable shout out
Yeah,
to them.
But
Yeah,
But the facilities are
Freedom.
immaculate, bro.
Goes
The
good.
facilities are immaculate. What we talk about? That Arab money is strong
different.
over
Aye.
there, bro.
What's-
It's immaculate.
Go back to the documentary as well, yeah. So it's a FIFA documentary.
That's fine.
The way these people from Qatar have managed to get themselves involved in football is too sick, bro. Too sick.
They had to diversify though, man.
It's
Like
too
oil's
sick,
not
bro.
going to be around forever, and that's what they're rich in. So they're
Well,
diverse.
that's-
Huh?
Yeah, they did.
Already?
Yeah.
Well, they're onto the gas. They're on everything now. They're buying up all this. They got boxing matches
Well,
going on over there.
exactly. A lot of those countries are like Saudi Arabia, you could start seeing them. They're changing up. It's almost like
They're diversifying.
yeah, exactly. They're diversifying because also their PR's not really been that great from back in the day. So what are they doing? They're hosting house events now.
But they're not
boxing
changing all their
events and
laws, so
what-
it's
No,
a
of
bit
course not.
weird. But this is what I wanted to ask you though about the interview, because naturally, Liverpool fan,
Yeah, I'm a United fan.
Spurs fan, Man United fan.
Yeah.
For us, there's always going to be an element of entertainment and fun to it, especially for you as a Liverpool fan, because if you're seeing palaver going on over there, that's just that. You know, football's tribal, innit? Obviously, we can look at it from the perspective of football fans and should Ronaldo be doing that as a professional and this, that, and the fourth. But I want to know, you as a Man United fan, how do you feel about it? Because you got Man United fans tearing down murals now of him.
Yeah, I don't like that.
What's your thoughts on
The
that?
reason why I don't like, and they were doing that before the interview had come out, and the reason why I didn't like the idea of that is because I felt like it was an emotional response.
Which is always with football. Everything's
Yeah, that's
emotional.
true. Yeah,
Man smash
exactly.
up their TV and
Yeah,
everything.
exactly.
Then calm down 2 hours
But it's like,
later.
you know what?
and regret.
Let's wait for the thing to come out first to see the angle in which he's coming with first before man start doing all of those type of things.
Yeah, but
Let's not.
Ain't they doing all of that because they know what he's saying is true, but it's out there. It's like there's this sense of ignorance.
But that's
of United
weird.
Fans.
I mean, that's weird.
But
to
you
me.
can tell though, because like for example, when Specs went on Sky Sports and said, "Yo, the problem with United is Ronaldo," yeah, they were sending him death threats.
Actual death threats.
But the fans are losing their mind. Like we get it, but don't go say it on TV. That was the kind of angle.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. To
So
me.
when that interview dropped, Specs like, I told you, lot. Because it's true. Like when United, it's weird. When Ronaldo came, yeah, United were
I
actually
didn't
playing
want.
well.
Let me get this on the record.
Yeah.
I didn't want Ronaldo to come. Do you know why? And this was only for sentimental reasons. This wasn't even footballing reasons. But I was worried that when Ronaldo come back, it was going to taint the way that I felt and have always felt about him. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know what the outcome was going to be or anything like that. But I know how I felt about Ronaldo when he was first there. And I know how I've always felt about him. So when he came back, I was like, I don't know about this.
And also
it was such a last minute thing. I didn't like all of that. I didn't like
he was going
you know
City,
what,
man.
he's going City, this is happening or whatever it is.
They wanted to block that.
They wanted to block
the
that.
scene. But you know what? I can relate to you though, because remember, just the year before, we had it with Gareth Bale.
Right, yes.
Gareth Bale was at Real Madrid.
Right,
Spurs
yeah.
were like, we'll take him on a loan. I was like, I don't want this guy back. We had our fans outside the training ground waiting for him to come. He was washed.
But it's because of the it's because of the club's it's because of the club's current performance at the time.
Yeah.
It's like
It wasn't because of that. For me personally,
cool.
for me it was we've had a really good moment in time. Let's just leave it as that. And I always want to just look back at that time with fond memories and not now with
This new
turbulent
memory,
times
yeah.
or whatever it is. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It could have come back and it could have worked out and been amazing and it could have just been
He was
very
your top
opposite
scorer
to what-
last season though.
Yeah, but did you know
He
what
was
the
your
maddest
top
thing is?
scorer
You're
last
right.
season. He
It's-
came back and did the goods. When
Do you know-
Bale came back, it's very liquid football, bro.
Do you know I hear that? But this is the thing, yeah. Personally,
So you don't
as
know
a
my
United
opinion.
fan, I appreciate that. Like, I don't have a discrepancy to that. But what I will say is, I definitely hear the argument of like, in all of the games that I've been to, where I've gone to, whether I've gone to Old Trafford or I've watched it on TV, yeah, when I've seen him play, for whatever reason, I don't know what it is, I can't just put it on Ronaldo, but I'm like, the team just doesn't really seem like they're creating enough chances. They don't seem like there's enough going on. Then we're like stuck between a rock and a hard place because he doesn't play. Then we create all of these chances, but Rashford's not good enough, or we don't have a man who's finishing the food. And it's like, wait. Well, what should we do here? Do we take the chance of not playing him and then potentially playing better and creating chances and not scoring? Or do we have my man on, not play as good and hope that if we get 2 or 3 chances, my man's going to finish 1 and we can get a clean sheet?
But you've been
It's a
looking better
difficult
without him.
one.
You look better without
But
him.
with that being said though, as a business, you have to now think beyond a 37-year-old. It sounds harsh, but you got to say, regardless of how much goals he's scoring in that, the pace of the game is different. We need to find someone who's going to be able to bang some goals in.
Wait, hold on. You're saying as a business though, but even in that interview with Piers Morgan, by the way, it was just funny how he massages his own
He
ego.
was sucking off some. Let me tell you something. When Piers was talking about, and I'd like to have Piers on the pod, by the way, so I don't want to diss him too much. But you know what? He was doing a lot of sucking. Like, he was doing a lot of sucking. Piers was doing a whole load of sucking, brother. When he started doing the whole thing of hear him, this is him. He goes, oh, you know, he was talking about Messi and that, and then he was talking about the 2 greatest players and whatever, and then like highlighted like you're my number 1, and it's like, oh fuck off, bro.
No, but this is what I was gonna say.
Because this is your guy, because you fuck with him. Yeah. This is your guy. He's your number 1. Yeah. You're one of them, man, innit?
He's one of them, man.
You're one of them. Because he's your brethren. This is my number 1.
Yeah.
But if Messi was your don, you wouldn't even like. He would have every valid argument, by the way. Every valid argument for why Messi's number 1.
But back to the business thing though, like you were saying before, quickly.
Yeah. Sorry.
Remember when he said about the fastest selling shirts ever in history? It's like another record.
Yeah.
He's like, you got another record. He goes, I don't chase the records. The
Yeah,
records
yeah.
chase me. Bars though. That was a bar though. I don't chase the records.
He hasn't
The
got
records chase me.
he hasn't got the highest selling thing though.
What?
I think it was for that
Shirts.
year. It was
For
that year.
United.
Yeah, for United. Or
It might be for United. There was some record there or something, and they were talking about.
Commercial decision to get Ronaldo. Let's
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So
No,
from the
but
business, but he's saying
we
as
know
a
that.
business, having Ronaldo is still very
viable.
Yeah, of course,
course.
bro. Do you get what I'm saying? He still generates bread.
But
Like
this is what I'm saying though. You lot were in the mud before you got Ronaldo, so you lot got Ronaldo
I feel like you're
temporarily.
dissing, man. I feel like you're dissing, man. As
Bro,
you're saying
I'm
it.
just
A bit
saying
too much.
Like you're just the way that you're
He said
saying
there's
it,
extra
bro.
sauce on it.
Yeah, it's the way that
Bro,
he's a
you're
Liverpool fan.
United need to accept, bro. They're in the mud.
I hear it, bro, and we know that. But why
That's
are
why
you
you
talking
don't
to me
got
like
Ronaldo
that?
because
Brother,
you don't need to.
But they are currently better than Liverpool
Wait, hold on,
right now, though.
It's not about whether they're better. I'm not talking about performance on the
Tazer,
pitch.
look
I'm
at
talking
me.
about business. I thought we were talking
Tazer,
about
look at
business.
me. What? I hear you.
I thought we were talking about
I'm
business.
with you, bro. But
Your
don't
owner's
do
about
that.
to sell the club.
So
Your
it's
owner's about to
do
sell
that.
the club.
business.
No, but I hear that. But don't do
But
that.
what I'm saying is, Ronaldo's saying, yo, the least you could do is make sure the jacuzzi's booming, bro.
I hear that. I hear it.
That's all
still.
he's saying.
I hear
At
it.
least get me my meal preps. That's all he's saying. You don't want to go through all of this transition. Cool. Boost up the jacuzzi.
He's saying
bro.
he don't want to get in a jacuzzi. It's cramp up. He don't
Fam,
want to be that's Harry
he's
Maguire.
got-
He wants to be on the
He was
other
at
end. He
Real-
wants
He was at
space.
Real Madrid, facilities booming. He's gone to Juventus, facilities booming. He's come back here, arguably the greatest club in the world.
Yeah.
Brother, the jacuzzi's chipped.
Yeah, it's cold.
He wished he went Man City.
Hey,
He would have got more bread. He would have won the title last year.
He's low key hinting about. It sounds like he wants to go Arsenal now.
No, but what?
See, I felt it.
No,
I'm
but
not gonna lie, I felt it.
he was doing the Piers thing. That was Piers. Piers is a big Arsenal fan. He did that in the last
Do you reckon
interview.
he did that because it
starts-
was his brethren then? Because Piers
He
is
did
my
that in the
brethren.
last interview when they talked about it. He always does this little massaging thing to help
Arsenal?
Piers feel
Ronaldo
good.
Arsenal don't even make no sense, bro.
No,
That
he
would be
was-
horrible
the way that
for
he
Man
was
United
talking.
fans.
But
They
you know
wouldn't like
what? I think we're going just back to Ronaldo. Yeah, I think that you know what? Yes, there was all of these different reasons for why he went to United. So one being the fact that they was blocking the City thing. One also being the fact that it's a good commercial deal that they can make a whole bunch of money from it or whatever. But
Respect for Fergie as well.
think the unfortunate thing for Ronaldo is that he is such an ambitious person. Clearly, he wants to play at the highest level. He wants to still be the main guy. I think that you don't be as good as you are at that age and compete to that level and not have a certain level of delusion as well. I think he probably thinks that he's as fast as he was before. He probably thinks that, yeah, he slowed down a little bit, but probably not that much. He probably thinks he's just as good as he was, and so he should. Yeah. But I think when you have a manager now that's come in there that's trying to do certain things, you have to be able to articulate that in a certain way. I don't know whether he's done that or not, but I do think that when you're dealing with someone who has a level of delusion, which I think that he probably does have, and is ambitious as he is, I don't think there's much that you can say as a manager that is going to make somebody understand.
But why is it delusion? Why is it delusion if you've done everything he's done?
No, because the performance now, like what I require for my team now.
But he just got top scorer.
Yeah,
so in his mind,
I hear that.
Yeah,
I hear that.
But at the same time, like in training, you can probably see it's like, bro, like what I'm asking the players to do, you're not doing because you're Ronaldo.
But what I'm saying is, even at this diminished, for want of a better term, level,
are we still mad?
Isn't he better than most of the strikers in the Premier League?
So, well, yeah, probably, maybe.
Well, who's better than him in the Premier League?
Do you know what? You would have to answer that. I couldn't sit here and.
Was it Haaland, Harry Kane, and then what? Who else? Really? Strikers?
So okay, let me ask this then.
Who else is better than him right now?
Let's go by teams and try and figure out.
No way.
Go by teams and find out.
Tony, though. He's not better than Ronaldo, bro. What are we saying here?
I never said it was better than Ronaldo.
One second.
No,
go through teams.
Go
through teams and work out which team would have him. Would you have him?
What, P-wise or just have Ronaldo?
I'd have Ronaldo
over Kane.
Oh, whoa! I just said that Kane and Haaland are the two that are better than him.
So would you have?
I'd have him on the bench.
Would you have him at Arsenal as your first striker?
I'm not Arsenal. I'm a Liverpool.
Oh, you're Liverpool. Would you have him?
Who's your striker? Nunes, bro.
Yeah, if you're gonna compare
fair.
him to Nunes, then Ronaldo.
Would Chelsea take him?
They got Aubameyang.
Yeah,
Come
Chelsea
on, man.
will
Put
take him.
Ronaldo in there, man. Ronaldo go mad at Chelsea.
Okay.
I could see him at Chelsea.
Yeah. Remember, all Ronaldo
He'll probably
needs,
go there in January.
All Ronaldo needs is a man that can distribute the ball to him.
Yeah, I hear that still.
Good cross, and he'll header it in.
Bruv,
The neck
literally.
muscles are still strong.
Are you seeing what Haaland's doing at City? Because I actually watched his 23 goals so far, brother. They're all tap-ins.
Yeah.
Besides the penalties, they're all tap-ins. There's only one volley where it's like, all right, cool. The rest of
No,
them,
there was one way he ran onto it like it was a counter, and then
Yeah.
that's a tapping, bro. All he needed to do,
But
all
look
he
where,
needed to do was
but
push the
look where,
defender. I was a tapping.
but look where he's
he
like
moved
look where
him.
sometimes Haaland's running from and how fast he's running and like Ronaldo ain't got that. He ain't got that.
Nah, he ain't
pace.
got that. He ain't got
He
that.
ain't
Yeah,
got
but it's
that.
the style.
He ain't got
no,
that.
but that's
He's
what
got
I said.
IQ though.
Yeah, I mean that
footballing
counts
IQ's
for a
crazy.
lot. That counts for a lot.
But this is why I couldn't be my goat, man. My goat's at PSG, man, doing things. Still.
What's the difference between Ronaldo and Messi? Like, based on your understanding of like football and them two as a football player.
Messi for me is just more complete team player, man. And football's a team sport. Like, but he also has the individual accolades to back it up, the goals and stuff. But I just feel like he links up with people more. He brings the best out of other people more. I think Ronaldo brings the best out of other people in terms of mentality, which is important. Like, get to this level. That's why he's criticizing the youth and stuff and saying they're lazy.
Oh, but the memes though.
But I think Messi brings out the best of everyone on the pitch. Like he's more selfless. He'll give people the ball more. That's why his assists. Like people were saying he didn't score goals for PSG in his first year, but his assists. I think he was top assister or something in playmaker in League R. So, but it's preference, isn't it, man? Like I get it. But sorry, just to go back to the youth thing. We don't want to make this a football-y podcast, do we?
Yeah, sorry for you
Audience
lot who are
up,
not
yeah,
that
that's
fully into it, but
into the sport.
It's just a one-off.
But
It's Ronaldo in it. So
It's Ronaldo.
Of course, but the youth criticism, I 100% agree with him.
Yeah, definitely.
100%. You see it now, and I speak to. Obviously, I got a lot of friends in football. I know a lot of footballers, and it's like the money they're earning now. You're 21, no names, 22, earning 300 grand a week, 150 after tax, base salary for 3-4 years. Forget endorsements, all of this. I can see why some players at that age would lose their hunger, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Like when back in the day when you were young, to that kind of money, the John Terrys were earning and the Frank Lampards when you were coming up. Do you get what I'm saying? You had to work towards that contract.
This made me think of something else. You know,
Go on.
Rashford. Who else is young and earning bare dough at United?
Sancho's earning.
No, I just
bread.
like give me some names. Rashford, Sancho.
They all are.
All of them.
I just
man.
want names. Just want names.
Probably Alanga's earning. big
Alanga,
money.
okay, cool. So let's just say them three. Yeah. So they're watching the Piers Morgan interview, thinking, brother, why are you on TV talking about a jacuzzi, bro? Ain't you got one in your yard? And that's how they're looking at it now. Like we got jacuzzis in our yard, Ronaldo. Like chill out, man.
Do you know what? To be fair,
you're online
though,
rubbishing the team that you ain't got a jacuzzi.
but
in your yard.
the jacuzzi is just one small. It's like another thing.
No, I know, but it's just funny how he mentioned it.
Yeah.
No, brother.
Then it's
His
talking
main
about
thing was the
technology.
technology.
Yeah,
It's
like
I think the main aspect is the technology, which is the worry.
He's saying the
inside of it.
ECG machines they put on are falling off, fam. They can't even read our heart rate.
Man,
fam.
he's an Apple
Man, they're
Watch.
trying to stick it on with super glue, fam.
he wants
It's falling off.
the Tony Stark thing.
Bro, it was all of that, bro. He wants it to look like the Wakanda laboratory in there, bro. What are we talking about?
Do you know
Like,
the
you might
maddest
not
thing
come
is,
in
though?
here. I'm Ronaldo.
No, do you know what? I hear all of that still, and it
I
makes a
hear it
lot of
still.
sense. And it makes a lot of sense
'Cause that might be the
Do you know
reason
what the
why
thing
he's
is though?
lost for
I
so
think
long.
with all of that technology that's there and whatnot, yeah, or that they need to put in, or that they need to boost or bolster, that will probably take him further away from the game. Anyway, at United, because you know what? Everyone else will then have to level up with this technology and whatnot. And the reality is that he's getting older. And 37 is not old in life, but apparently it's old in the game. And he's lucky to be able to be playing at this and I admire the fact that he still wants to be the number one guy. And like, I know that he's saying that the records chase him or whatever, but I think that there's a lot. Like, I think that he's on the records chasing thing, and I do think that Messi's on his mind a lot. And I do think that he hates the fact that Messi's probably at PSG doing whatever it is that he's doing, and he's
playing Champions League and Ronaldo's in Europa League.
No, but and do you know what's funny as well that you said that, yeah? Because this is the argument I was having with my friend, yeah. I was like, I feel like Ronaldo thinks more about Messi than Messi thinks about Ronaldo.
Definitely.
And because of that reason, thank you. And because of that reason, Messi's better.
Yeah, definitely.
Messi's a man that will kick ball till he's 80. I just love playing football.
Yeah.
I'm saying, whereas Ronaldo is chasing records. He's chasing records.
Do you know what?
Man.
Sometimes though, you I respect what Ronaldo did as well, because sometimes it might have been a thing where when he's at United at Carrington at the training ground, he's calling out some of these things on the low.
Yeah.
Like,
No, he definitely is.
Like,
'cause if you
fix
look at
this
it-
up, like do this, and no one's listening. Sometimes you've got to embarrass people for change, you know.
I was getting
Like
to
now
that.
that this has happened, Man United actually have to go back to the drawing board and address these things. They can be upset with him, but the truth is always going to be the truth.
And if you look at their
So-
performance, it's an if they, for example,
But the
that's-
performance ain't been good with him playing though.
No, but this is what. No, but what I'm,
Even
no,
though he's been
No,
top
but what
scorer,
I'm
it's not
saying
been
is, yeah, if United were still finishing first,
Yeah.
winning the league, winning trophies and blah blah, and the facilities were still the same, then Ronaldo's cries would be like, yeah, but we're winning though. But you lot clearly are not winning. So Ronaldo's cries are just adding to that. Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think Man United- I don't think you look
Ronaldo
that
would
bad.
be upset. I
don't think they look that bad right now. Like right
No,
now,
they don't. I don't
They're
think so
They're
either.
just outside the top four. If they win their games hand, they'll be in the top four. They'll be with Spurs, 11 points. Like they could still
Yeah, but
finish
really,
high.
yeah, but really and truly, we're not supposed to be talking about United and whether they finish top 4.
No, I know, but it's from
No,
where.
and I'm saying that based on what United fans say.
Yeah. In
Like,
life,
that shouldn't be
you're
the
right.
conversation.
In life, you're right, but they're restarting. I think.
Right.
Basically, what I'm
cool.
saying is, it looks like something's happening for me under Eric Ten Hag.
Yeah.
And he's had the balls, the cojones, like Troy Deeney said, to do what he did with Ronaldo. That takes a big character to do that, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Under all
I
the
respect
investment,
that.
the wages they're paying him. He said, I don't want you in the team if it's at the detriment of the team. I'm sorry
Right.
if you don't like it. And that's going to happen with Ronaldo. You're going to get that pushback, but
And that's what my point that I
That's
was
a good
making
coach.
before is that like when you have somebody that is as ambitious as that and that really wants to play at that and also has Messi in mind, I don't know if there's a way that you can deliver that to make him say, okay, do you know what? I hear you. And I'm just going to have to just ride this one out. I could easily see a few things. One, why he would be upset about that. Two, he's then looking around saying, by the way, not only am I pissed off about that, I've told you, man, fix this and fix that and fix this and fix that, and you ain't even done that. And he might even be thinking, if you just fixed that, you would have got a better version of me. So this is your fault that I'm not even doing, that I'm not even the player that you want me to be. That's the next thing. And I think probably more than anything, it's bruv, like
Nah,
you know.
no,
Oh,
bro,
that's
it's
the
his
third.
ego.
The third
His
one.
ego's
That's
hurt,
the
man.
third one. I got the third one also was the private stuff at home. I genuinely think, that in maybe 2027, when he is retired, maybe he might not even be retired. Then he'll probably still be trying to fucking play and be upset that he's not. I don't know. But anyway, in 2027, when he writes a book or he does an interview with someone else, I have a strong feeling that he's probably going to come back and say, you know what? I'm going to give some extra context. This is what I was really going through at this time. And this is one of the reasons why I reacted this way. I still believe some of the things that I believed. And the truth is still the truth. But in like some of the things that I said and my anger was probably a little bit misplaced at the time because of all of this. I can't imagine what it must be like to, lose a child, and not even just losing a child, but you lose a twin. And I think Piers did mention it as well, which is like the celebrating, but then the mourning at the same time. So that it's the child's birthday, and on the child's birthday, you're celebrating the day that a child died as well. Like it's just all a bit mad. And then the child, like in the summertime, has had to go hospital. There's bare things happening. So you add that to the fact that things are not necessarily going your way. I could see how one day you say, you know what, fuck it, let me call my mate. I'm not having this, and I need to get out of here.
Do you know what I agree with what you're saying, yeah? Because on our podcast, we recently had Dwayne Chambers. And before he came on, I did some research into like some of his old interviews. And some of the ways he was answering the question, I was going to bring it up. Because I was like, if you're coming on here to answer the questions how you did 7 years ago, this ain't going to go very far because it's already out there. And he's like, no, Tazer, I've come here to speak. And in him speaking, he's explaining to us why he had to answer the questions he answered 7 years ago in the way he did, but this is the truth. So it was a very interesting conversation because he uncovered a lot of stuff and it made sense why he went down the route that he did. But at the time, it's just like, it made it seem as if he's just an athlete that got caught. But that wasn't the case. Do you know what I'm saying? So I understand what you're saying in regards to the Ronaldo, that he could actually turn around and say, you know what, I understand what I said on that Piers Morgan, but this is the actual truth.
Yeah.
And
This is actually what I was
yeah,
really
this is
going
actually
through.
what I was trying to say.
And
yeah.
also adding like to the fact that, you know what, like maybe I think for some people too, getting to that stage where you have always been the guy and now you're not really the guy is difficult for a lot of people to take, man.
No, facts. Like I said, look, his ego's bruised. That's a fact. Like you're falling off. The manager tried to put you on for 3 minutes. Cristiano Ronaldo for 3 minutes at the end of a game. That's gonna hurt anyone's ego, especially someone that's considered the greatest player of all time. Here's what I don't rate, and I've given Ronaldo his props. We spoke about, him being unfilled, and we like to see insight. I respect that. I want to see that as well. In the same breath, though, I remember when Lukaku, when he went Chelsea, remember when he did an interview mid-season about Tuchel? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
He got slaughtered, bro.
Yeah.
He got slaughtered for it. All of this, everyone, it's like unprofessional. That's the reality. Like, if you're playing for a club, they're paying your wages, you're part of a business. In life, forget even football, in life, if you work for a company, whatever company it happens to be, and you come out and you criticize the owners and you slander the company publicly in an interview, it's not professional, bro.
Absolutely.
It's completely unprofessional.
And do you know what it is? The reality is as well, yeah? The fact of the matter is, it's not all about you.
Yeah, but where did you draw the
This
line,
is a
though?
company. I'm running a company. Where
Where did you draw the line, though?
did you draw the line?
I understand that.
Wait for your contract to expire, bro.
brother.
And then
Wait, what do
speak your
you
piece.
mean? What do you mean?
So for example, I know that what's
Jose
going on.
did that.
I know what's going on in this company is not for what. So the reason why I've been approached to enter this company, for example, is for one particular reason. I get there and it's totally changed. I can't speak up.
No, you can.
No,
But that's what I'm saying.
it didn't change.
But
It's only been-
no. So I've been speaking out and no one's hearing my cries.
Right.
So where do we draw the line?
Just don't go then. Don't go. Don't go.
Don't go is not
You
a part of
can't.
my contract.
Huh?
Don't go is not a part of my contract.
No, this is my point. He knew what Man United was like. He must have known, because I just said Jose Mourinho before, they got the same agent, George Mendes. So he must have had an idea of how Man United was being run, because Jose Mourinho was just there complaining about the same thing. So why did you sign and come?
No, because where else was he going?
What do you mean? Where else was he
Where
going?
else was he going?
He had an offer from Man City.
He's not going
no, he's
Man
not
City.
going Man
We've already
City now.
established that.
Right.
No, not now. I'm talking about even then.
Oh.
He already said.
No, he was gonna go then, and he got the
spoke
call
to
from Fergie.
Yeah, so obviously
he could have went.
His
He
hands
could
are
have
tied.
went.
Yeah, but his hands are tied now.
It's not tied.
Because of the legacy, I gotta go United.
And look how it's turned
Bro,
out. So he should have made that decision.
But you're speaking in hindsight. I'm talking about
course.
in the moment. In the
The
moment.
only
but you shouldn't be
thing, the
a
only
prisoner
thing
for
that
the
he
moment.
can do is find a loophole to try and buy himself out of his contract.
This is
That's
the
it.
loophole.
No, bro. How long has he got left?
No,
on
it's
it?
not.
No, wait. How long has he got left on this current deal
It's till
before
the end
they
of the, it's till the end of the year.
this
End of the
season?
season, end of the
Why
season.
couldn't he hold his mouth to the end? It's not like he's in a 3-year
He wants
deal.
a January transfer. What's going on?
But then that's what I'm saying. So he's not being professional.
He's not being
bro.
professional.
Brother, you lot have
He's
tied
not being
my hands, bro.
What do you
I
mean
wanna
tied
go.
your
I wanna
hands?
go World Cup.
Loads of footballers want to leave, bro. Bro, this is
They're
about
not Ronaldo.
It
They're not
doesn't,
Ronaldo.
bro. That's what I'm saying. So don't
that's
think,
the ego,
bro.
that's the
Don't
ego,
think you're
bro.
bigger than the
They're
game.
not Ronaldo.
Don't think you're bigger than the game, bro. You're not bigger than the game.
but
people will come before you. People will come after. You're not bigger than the game.
Cool, I understand what you're saying, but what are people in this game that you're talking about? They're not Ronaldo. They ain't done what I've done.
Yeah, but
that's the ego that.
Yeah,
you're
but to some,
saying.
yeah, but I don't. That's
That's
my
not my
point.
problem,
I don't care.
bro.
I don't care what
Bro,
he thinks
if I'm
in his head.
Listen, if I'm managing a company, if I'm the manager, I don't give a fuck about this ego thing or whatever. I have to deal with you a certain type of way. I understand. Like
So it's- but
let me
his issue
finish
is-
this. Let me finish this here. Let me
You're a
finish
player,
this.
bro.
But
That's
his
it.
issue-
You're a
let me-
player.
Wait,
If
let
you
me
don't want
land,
to be a
let me
player, don't
land.
play football.
My managerial tactic, this is just my personal one, would be to understand that like people deal with things in a different way. So the way that I might deal with you might be different to the way that I deal with Craig. That is my managerial tactic, yeah? For some people's, theirs is, this is the plan, this is how if I'm shouting at you, I'm shouting at you. If you can't take it, then you just can't take it. What are you going to do? Yeah? You can leave if you want
Yeah.
to. Buy yourself out of the contract. But ultimately, I'm running a company, I'm trying to do what I believe and what I'm employed to do for the betterment of this company. If you don't like it, buy yourself out of the fucking contract then. Like, buy yourself out of the contract. You're going to end up having to lose a lot of money.
Is that an
But
option?
what you can't do is, you can't as an employee just, go out and just decide, well, you can, because of the freedom of speech or whatever. Go out and you can be unprofessional and you can say all of this type of stuff, but the fact still remains the same. Listen, you're going to, ultimately, now you're going to be, what do they call it? Putting your team at disrepute. What is the actual term? There's like an actual term for it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, I don't know, putting your team at disrepute or like your whatever it may be. Like, you can't do that. You can't put the club in disrepute. But if you're deciding to do that, ultimately you're gonna mess up your own ego, because that means that this attitude here, regardless of whether you're good or not, is not good for the actual team. So you're gonna alienate yourself even more. You're under contract, bro. You've got 6 more months or 7 or 8 more months.
Yeah.
Put up or shut up or buy yourself out of the contract.
I totally hear what you lot are saying, but I'm just saying you the goalposts to move depending on who you're talking to and who you're talking about. Is all I'm saying. Ronaldo, the ego that we're referring to, is not going to look at the situation like that because he still wants to kick ball. You're telling me,
but that's not my problem.
I understand
that's
that's
your
problem,
manager.
but
I don't care
my
about
beef
that.
might not be with the manager. It's what I'm saying. You just happen to be collateral damage, but I'm not talking to you. Is what I'm saying. I'm talking to the company. You just happen to be part of this company you stand for. So then you're getting
big man. He said
as
he
well.
doesn't respect Ten Hag.
Yes, I understand.
He said that.
Yeah, but
so clearly there's a beef with the manager.
But he said he doesn't respect me as well.
No, but also, like I said, I might not respect the manager because of how he's handling the youth. That doesn't mean I really don't respect it like him. It's just the way you're handling stuff.
He said he doesn't respect him because he doesn't respect me.
Okay, can we just unpack that? Let's exactly. So let's unpack that. Let's unpack that. Yeah. My interpretation of respecting you and your interpretation of me respecting you could be completely different. Yeah. You think because I've put you on the last few minutes or whatever. And I take this into consideration. Don't know the conversations they've had before.
Behind the scenes,
so we're speculating. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Maybe a man's told him, bro, this next game, 100%, I swear my mum's life, you're coming on in the 60th minute. I swear my mum's life, bro. And then in the 92nd minute, man said to him, yeah, bro, that's a disrespecting or whatnot. But you know what? Like, bro, I respect you. I respect all of what you've done. What I'm doing right now is for the betterment of the team.
All right, cool.
At this point here, you know what? For whatever reason, you may not necessarily understand it. You may not understand it. And maybe no one understands it. But trust me, it's not a mocking thing.
Ronaldo.
You're coming on for a certain reason.
You're not a god. You're not a god, Ronaldo.
It's your own ego.
You see that game that he brought him on for the last 3 minutes, yeah? Were United winning that game?
Yeah.
Yes.
What were they winning by?
2-0.
So they already, it was 2-0 up and that's when he brought Ronaldo on.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. So the manager's seen that whatever tactic I've decided to go with today is working. We don't need Ronaldo. Cool. We bring on Ronaldo, we can see 2 goals. I can't bring someone else on. But we're 2-0 up. Cool. It's getting towards the end. We look cushy. Ronaldo, get your minutes in. That's not a disrespect. If that's what he was looking to do. Ronaldo should humble himself in that instant. But if it's in Ronaldo's contract, that big man, if I'm fit, I play a minimum of half an hour.
Oh well, then yeah, but
and you bring me on for 3 minutes. Of course, I'm gonna get mad.
But bro, that doesn't become a disrespect. Then that becomes you are not fulfilling the contract. Because if you're saying that the contract
you're asking
is
the same guy that said appetizing fruit, appeasing fruit,
that is hilarious.
Yeah, but that's those 2 different conversations, isn't it? It's like if he's not fulfilling the contract, that's one thing.
But we don't know.
But if everything is within the contract, and I'm telling you, come on in those 2 minutes, yeah. You know what? I'm not saying that you have to be happy about it. Ultimately, what he could have done, maybe he did do this, speculation here, is I'm coming on for those 3 minutes and whatnot. You see, when we get in the changing rooms, or when we get back to the thing, we have a meeting, I would appreciate it if you just didn't do that. Or, actually, could you make me understand why you brought me on for those 2 minutes?
It's clear.
All right, cool. Boss, I respect you as my boss or whatever, but I would just rather you just not do that because for me, it just doesn't, it doesn't make me feel valued.
Okay, are players allowed to speak to the manager like that?
Of course they are.
No, I'm asking.
In what? Like
Ronaldo.
Go to the office.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay, cool. But Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Yes. But even more so.
Yeah,
he probably got man's number.
I think his ego is way too.
That's a problem.
Yeah,
that's your big man.
But we can see that.
Sorry,
I'm with you.
This is what I was trying to say before. Look, this is my thing. Ronaldo, you've accomplished everything in the game. You're one of the greats. Everyone knows that, right? There are different eras of the game. Some people say Pele is the greatest. Some people say Maradona. Some people say Messi. Some people even say R9 and Ronaldinho, Zidane. You are not the be and end of football, bro. This is what I'm trying to say, yeah? And if you do not like being an employee of a company and being a player, because that's what you are, you have to take instructions because you're not a manager and you don't own the franchise. You are a player. I don't care how much money you earn on social media, all these brand deals, or that you got 500 million followers on Instagram. I don't care about none of that. You are a player. If you don't like that, don't be a player. Because you got to take instructions.
Buy yourself out of the contract.
Yeah, bro, do what Dame said. Be a boss.
Yeah, but
buy a club.
Exactly.
Do what David Beckham did into Miami.
Start your own football team. But trust me, he could be bought out of his contract. And I'm not. And you know what? I'm not turning up. I bought myself out. I'm not turning up.
My final word, because these are their final. My final word is, bro. We've all seen the Michael Jordan documentary.
Yeah.
There is no way Michael Jordan is fit and is on the bench and you're leaving him there. There's no way that's happening.
But you're talking about Michael Jordan.
No. What do you mean? I'm just saying. But
when Michael Jordan was Ronaldo's age, you playing for Washington Wizards,
I'm not gonna lie, it's a false
bro.
equivalency.
How is it false?
Of course it is. You playing for Washington Wizards when he was at Ronaldo's age.
There's no way you've got Michael Jordan on the bench and you're leaving him there.
You are at Washington Wizards when he was 40, bro. You weren't even at Bulls, huh? Yeah, but you know what I'm saying, bro.
I'm just saying Ronaldo's looking at it like that, and I'm not saying. By the way, I'm not saying what the way Ronaldo's doing this is right. I'm not saying it. I'm just saying I can hear where he's coming
from. And by the way, you're right. It is because Ronaldo, in my opinion, this is controversial, but you're not Michael Jordan, bro.
That's true.
You are not Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan transcended basketball.
Yes.
To many, he is basketball, bro. I wouldn't have liked basketball at all if it weren't for Michael Jordan. Yeah. We still wear his trainers today. He's transcended it. He's in fashion. Like, he's a whole next thing. Ronaldo, you're just one of the greatest players. And for some people, you're not even the greatest. So do
you know what?
What are we
Can I say this? I'm going to say this, and I love Ronaldo. He was a great employee at one point too. That's the fact. He wasn't a business owner like that at the club. Yeah, he was an employee. No, he was a star employee. Yeah, that's what he was.
CR7, the
bro. He was a star. Big man. He was a star employee, and that's fine.
It happens to everyone, bro. It happens to everyone.
For the month of the years. Yeah. He's been outside. He's been doing his.
Do you know? Let me tell you something. You know what he's gonna be? He's gonna be like Sylvester Stallone, Cher. These man. He will not let go of his looks. He's going to get all the plastic surgery. Bro, he's going to be that guy. Watch, when we get older, he's going to be the man that's 60, 70, and his face still tries, his neck's all wrinkly, but his face is still intact. Them man don't want to let go and come to terms with mortality.
Can I sorry to interrupt just quickly, because I didn't want to lose my point. Ronaldo, to me, looks like the reason why he doesn't have a beard, the only reason why he doesn't have a beard is because he just wants to look young. He's fighting being 22. He's fighting it.
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
His face looks like he back. You see,
do you think he's going to embrace grades? You think Ronaldo's going to embrace grades?
His face looks like the beard is busting to come through, bro. Like when I was watching it, I'm like, bro, I'm watching it and it feels like the beard is like claustrophobic, bro. It's trapped.
Nah, but bro,
let it free, brother.
He knows he's getting old though. Like his celebrations will change. He's got the calm on now. He's like, you man, I'm old, but you know what? That was a banger. He slowed it down, but that's what he's gonna keep doing. Let the boy live, man. I don't know who's gonna accept
Haaland
it.
and Mbappe is here now. Anyway,
can I just say
right? Exactly. Already.
Look, I actually, for what he said, I understood where he was coming from and whatnot. Like, and to be honest with you, I wouldn't even be mad at more players coming out and just being honest about what they're seeing and saying and whatever. But you are going to be open to critique. People are going to nitpick some of the things that you're saying. They're not going to agree with it. That is actually just one of those things when you come out and you speak to a camera and you have an opinion. There are going to be people that are not going to agree with you doing it. There's also going to be people that have an opposing opinion. That is actually just life. But what I would say is, with me loving insight and looking for insight and actually enjoying hearing somebody just fucking saying certain things, yeah, I guess the fact of the matter is this. The club obviously need to renovate the place and whatever. They definitely need to do that. There's obviously issues at the club and whatnot. But I think, to me, I come away from it looking at it like this. You're just not, the manager just doesn't look at you as the guy anymore, and you've got a problem with that. If you was playing every game and you was a star guy, and I bet you as well, yeah? I bet you, even if United wasn't doing that well, but he was still the one who was scoring all of the goals, I don't think there would be a discrepancy. I don't even know, at this point as well, I don't even know if, I know that he wants to win trophies and stuff like that. I know that that is the thing, but I think for him, providing that he scores and providing that he's the star, nothing else really matters.
But you know what's mad? When you think about it, like in movies, yeah, you know, like you have a formula that's working, and then you might realise that, cool, something's gone wrong, you need to fix it. So you call out an external, someone external to come and help you, like an out of town service, yeah. That might be Den Haag. Like, listen, we've got an ego here, but you're the man that you don't give a F about egos, innit? Do what you need to do. You have the backing of the board. When this guy decides to amp up, let him. And he's like, alright, cool, no problem. Ronaldo, sit on the bench, man. Ronaldo's doing what he's doing in the change room. Obviously, the other players are like, what the fuck's going on? Manager's like, I don't give a shit who you are. Because guarantee, David Beckham was on the bench. David Beckham's getting his 3 minutes.
Probably not. Let me tell you something.
Legacy-wise, they're bringing him on because it's United.
Let me tell you something.
Bring him on.
Ronaldo probably feels used.
Yeah, but we need to let go of that.
Ronaldo probably feels he probably feels used.
No.
So it's like, you know what, I'm there. you man are just milking me for the shirts and whatever and for my name and that. And I can't even get...
Yes,
Bro,
yes.
Wait. I think, that even though that he may feel used on that, that doesn't mean that he shouldn't feel like he should get minutes or whatever. It's a feeling, isn't it? It's like, I did this last season, I scored all of these goals and whatnot. I'm selling you, man, all these shirts and whatnot. I just want you lot to respect me a little bit. But again, it just goes back to the point. If you've got somebody who's employed to be the manager and do the betterment for the team, then big man, sometimes it just means that you're not going to be the guy anymore, irrespective of what you did yesterday.
Yeah, cool. But then Ronaldo's been brought there on false pretense, is what I'm saying.
No,
so that's why I hear him.
The business doesn't work like that.
No,
though.
but I'm saying, if I know, that I'm out of contract. Because remember, we're making it seem as if Ronaldo could have stayed where he was. He needed to leave.
Yeah.
And the only people that really, really were like hearing him out, City and United. Yeah. No, he weren't going nowhere else. He weren't going PSG. He weren't going Real Madrid. He weren't coming Liverpool. He weren't going Chelsea. He weren't going Arsenal. He weren't going Newcastle. I'm talking about teams that have money. He was either City to take the piss or United, where, do you know what, I can do my thing, hopefully qualify, and then I scratch your back, you scratch mine.
Yeah.
But then the scratching of your back didn't work.
What was the scratching?
As in, we're supposed to qualify and we're supposed to do better. The team's just dead. Like, I've come here, I've done my best, but finished.
The team hasn't been good. That's my point.
No, I know.
Yeah,
yes, cool. But I think he thought, because his ego, he thought he could go there. And you know what? The Prem's not that hard. We can blitz through. He's realised, I've got to work.
Do you know what my thing is? Yeah. Cool. I get what you're saying. There will be an element of, you've used me a bit. I get what you're saying. You're gonna get the shirt sales, but I'm not being played. Naturally, he's a human, innit? He's gonna feel that emotion. But this is business. Football is a business. He said it himself in the interview. Did you not watch part 2 that dropped yesterday?
Yeah,
I ain't seen part 2.
Part 2 dropped yesterday. He said it's a business. He said football's more of a business than it's ever been. This, that, and the third. And you got to understand, Ronaldo, you're still one of the highest paid players in the Premier League. You came on a free. What's he on? Like $500,000 a week or something stupid? Yeah. You're compensated very, very well, bro. You are almost 38 years old. You're pushing 40 and we're paying you $500,000 a week. You're still getting paid to be here. And I remember one quote that Pochettino said when he was at Spurs. I never forgot it. He said, when you sign a contract, you are not paid to play. You are paid to train. And if you get picked to play, then that's cool. But that's not what you're paid to be here for. Because not everyone plays. There's a squad of 23 people and not everyone can play. So you are paid to train. You come every week, train, and if you train well or you're at the level or whatever, then you play. But you're not paid to play. I don't know what they said to him or whatever, but that's just universal in football, bro. You're paid very, very well. You've accomplished everything in the game.
The discrepancy first is ego first, I believe.
Yeah.
It's ego first, and then everything else just comes after.
It's all ego-driven.
And as much as I hear it, as I said to you before, there's obviously things that need to be done, fixed and all that type of stuff. I think the fact of the matter is that, for me, I believe if he's first team, he's banging goals, even if United is not particularly doing that well, I don't think he's bothered the same. He'll try to get out of there because he'll use that as a stepping stone to go to another team.
Where's he going?
And I don't know.
This
is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying he would have used it as a stepping stone to go and maybe try and find a team that he can win leagues in. But he just gives me the vibes that it's like, providing that I can be the star. If I can be the star, then everything can be okay. I can manage that.
Yeah.
And I don't think that when you're running a company, having people like that is the best thing
I
for
agree.
the team. But I don't think that he's wrong for saying, while we're here, I'm just letting you know, the chef's been here and he's on his last legs. The jacuzzi's cold and fucking everything else is fucked. Like, it's just mad old. So, like, I can see all of that.
But I just feel like what we're describing now, the way United have gone about it, is business. Yeah. They don't need to tell Ronaldo the truth. Like you said, he's an employee.
Before we just round up this up, can I just quickly say, reluctantly, can I just give Piers Morgan his flowers for the interview? Because I thought he did
a lot of sucking still, but he was
but like when I was watching him as like presenters, broadcasters, people that interview people, he was cold though. Like the way
I wouldn't say.
I thought he was cold. The way he worded his questions, the way he did it, like he delivered it. Like I rated it. I think he got everything out of Ronaldo that I wanted to hear.
Do you know what I think as well? Yeah, I think that with him, because clearly they had conversations before. So like when Ronaldo wasn't saying some of the things that he was said in previous conversations, like in like behind closed doors, you could see that he was prompting him to say them, because he was like even the. And then he would mention a thing, right? It's like, even the jacuzzi, right? Like, like even that wasn't basically prompting him to say something.
he
So
knew- so
I
he
hear
knew
that.
like he
But-
could've
but
just
I think
challenged him
the
more.
only thing that he could have done better is just have one little moment, just one, not throughout the whole thing, but just one little moment on a little pushback. Make him feel just a little bit awkward. If he just did that, just for 5-10 minutes,
Bro,
when you've got when you've got the person that's got the most followers on Instagram agreeing to sit down and do this, that is so
it's hard.
difficult to do, bro.
Oh, does he?
Apparently,
Yeah, it does, yeah.
It's so difficult to do. Just to get him in the room, is a big favor for you.
Yeah,
bro.
you'd love to give pushback on everyone, but sometimes that's the end of the interview.
And I know that doing kick game,
So that
bro.
sometimes
Certain
what?
man.
I said sometimes when you like, just to let people know, sometimes when you give pushback to some of these people that have egos, that's the end of the interview.
Yeah, but nah. The reason why I think that Piers would have been able to do that is because this is the time where, like, Ronaldo said to him, "I want you," and there's a reason for that. Like, he says that he likes Piers. There's a reason why he likes Piers. There's a reason why it's not just a personal thing. I think he sees Piers and likes the way that he conducts certain things. I don't think he wants to be grilled. I definitely think he wants a smooth sailing thing where he could just be poignant and just say all of his points and stuff like that. But I think that, like, even if it was just on a Messi thing, he didn't have to push him back on the Ten Hag or the United or whatever it is. He could have just had a little light something with him on Messi or whatever it may be. Just create a light little moment in
be
there.
his number one, innit? So
No, but look, someone can
I get what you're saying, though.
Someone can be my number one, and I could still give them just a, you know what I mean?
do you know I agree with you though? Anyway, because the reality is, when you had Andrew Tate in there, you was on his neck.
to bits.
You weren't. It wasn't even pushback. You basically tried to push him out the studio, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you was on his neck. Kanye, you was on his neck, and Kanye in his respective field is a great.
Yeah, but
He's
remember,
one of the goats.
but remember, he had things that he wanted to say to them as well.
Yeah.
Who?
Kanye and Andrew Tate.
Yeah, but that's what. But you ain't got nothing to say to
Nah, I think
Ronaldo
with Ronaldo, I think he stands with Ronaldo So
on everything.
Yeah, exactly. So just speak.
Nah, you can't. You can't. That's what I'm with Chuckie. You
I
can't
would
stand
say,
on
I
everything.
would
That's
say
why Chuck-
we
that's-
gotta go.
that's- that's
I
what-
would say
when Chuckie-
just ask one or two questions that makes the room
They're
hot.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Just two. Remember, it's an hour and a half conversation.
What would they
Just
be?
ask
What would
two.
they be? What would they be?
I don't know. It could have been on. It could have been on United. Do you know what
Why'd
you could have
Why'd you
said?
keep cutting your beard?
Huh?
I want the grades to come out.
Yeah, I don't know. It could have been something
Oh,
on
did you grow a beard?
United's
Did you grow a beard
performances. It could have been something on Messi. Do you know what I mean? Like he mentions, like, in a clip, oh yeah, we do talk about Messi, bruv. All he really asked was, have you had dinner with him? It's like, oh come on, man. Like,
No, but I think he set it up like that, so everyone watched it. He made it seem like it was.
is there anything anyone needs to know about very quickly?
This is another episode where me and Chuckie have sat down and not spoken about our slow jam event. So I'll be back at a later date.
Oh yeah.
Can I just say, to those listening, if you fuck with Chuckie, obviously go back and listen to the Kanye slow jam episode, and the way he speaks about Donald Jones, I think it's manifestation that Donald Jones came out.
Right. Yeah. Do you know, maybe we could put it
Because it's mad. The way
Obviously, he's like, I'm just gonna have a guest.
Yeah.
I was watching it yesterday, and I was like, the way you, Chuckie, and the way you, Poet, and Dan were reacting to Donald Jones.
Yeah, I know.
It's only right because we didn't know Donald Jones was coming out.
No.
We didn't know until like the day before.
Yeah, literally.
We just knew a guest was coming.
We knew a
just
guest
didn't
was
know
coming.
who.
Yeah.
So we were like flirting
How do you
with.
not know?
Because we were flirting with different names. That the concert that was on at the same night had like 8 different acts.
Okay.
So we just tried to get one. But yeah.
Yeah, we're flipping London. I mean, I would talk about London, but still sold out. It's literally, and by the time this comes out,
It will be done.
Manchester. We would have done Manchester. We're doing Leeds. What date is Leeds? Leeds is the 18th.
18th, yeah.
Sunday the 18th. Yeah. If you are slow jam head, if you are R&B and slow jam head, me and Tazer are bringing the R&B and slow jams experience to Leeds. Yeah. Go to www.slow-jams.co.uk. Just on a quick music one, Meeks Manny dropped something today. Respect the come up. I fuck with Meeks Manny heavy. One of the coldest, yeah. So go if that's your vibe, go and check that. Also, come in, bro.
Yeah.
Come in, man. Come in, bro. Come in. Just come in.
I got 1 second.
Also, just to let you know, we've started a HC Pod Clips channel. Go and follow that now. HC Pod Clips. We're gonna start putting content on there every day from when we get 1,000 subscribers. So listen, I know the majority of you that watch this, a lot of the time are not even subscribers. So subscribe here anyway, but go over to HC Pod Clips. We're there every day. Yeah? Love for listening, everyone. Enjoy.
Done, no.
Yeah.